This
unable
conference
to
will
join
now be
us.
recorded.
All right, we are now being recorded. Like I always say, you can't move forward without knowing what's behind. And it was a great week. Terrible day in MMA. That cost us yesterday. We would have been up over the 200 unit mark, but that 0-7 in the UFC. Bunch of dogs just couldn't get there. Even a split would have put us up over 200 units. Can you imagine if we ended up winning in MMA yesterday? But bottom line, like I always do, transparency is first and foremost. Over the last 7 days, it's unsustainable, but you know, we're up 28 units, 15% ROI. Last 30 days, we're up, which is good. We hit the bottom. Remember that. A few weeks back, I told you this is capitulation. As soon as I see subscribers that are jumping off or looking for another capper, that's when I know we've reached bottom. And it's a good thing because, again, this isn't for everyone. Bottom line is the numbers don't lie. We are sitting at #1 in profit overall at Wager Talk, even after that coldest losing streak of 6+ weeks. So I get it. If you look around the web, there are a ton of guys that are promoting all kind of hot streaks. Hot in NFL, hot on this percent play, hot in the last 7 days, hot in the last week, hot in this. But bottom line, what have you done for me if I followed you for this entire year? Are we up or are we down? That's the only thing that should matter to you as a sports bettor, not how I'm running short term. If you're in this for profit, like I am. And the bottom line is this: we are up 184 units. We are #1 in baseball. We were #1 in college football going into yesterday, and we were #1 in MMA going into yesterday. So again, there's a lot of bragging of hot streaks, but numbers don't lie. And at the end of the day, you're either profitable or you're not. And there's just very few sports bettors that are profitable long term. We talked about that before. And those of you that are in this room obviously understand that. So let's get the calisthenics out of the way. We bet size correctly. That's why we win money year after year after year. We have access to winning information. I've done this long enough to know when to place good bets and what bets to place. And when the dust settles, regardless of short-term variance, we will be profitable. That's the promise I made in 2017. And now we're sitting at 7 out of 8 winning years. And of course, this would be the 8th out of the last 9 years if 2023 turns out that way. Again, this isn't an infomercial. This is just so you know what is doable. This is actually doable. You're capable of making money betting sports if you do it the right way. And again, we're doing it the right way, and that's why we're up money. So if you're following along, we bet 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, and 1.25 of our bankroll. And it's based on a rating of a 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, or 5% play. Those percentages are strictly ratings, not bet sizes. Anyone betting 4% and 5% of their bankroll on an individual bet is going to go broke. It's just a matter of time. You'll be up 1 month, up 1 week, but eventually the bookie's going to end up with the money. Let's just be honest. We've all done it before. What happens when you overbet? What happens when you chase? We've all lost that money to the bookmaker. And that's just the bottom line. That's why I stick to disciplined and successful bet size strategy. And luckily, we have one of our members who is tracking the results long term. Now, we've gone through the cold streak. I want to wait till we go through the hot streak as well and have a big enough sample. And we may, into 2024, make some adjustments as far as betting and bet sizing on favorites, on dogs. Again, not to get into that, but what I'm just trying to explain is that my goal is always to increase our ROI. I'm not here to sell picks, thank God. So I'll flat bet certain money line plays, or we'll lay juice on certain, whatever I find out is the most profitable for myself and my guys, my team, is what we're going to do. Forget what everyone else is doing, because I promise you, the reason 99.5% of sports bettors lose is because they're all following the same recipe for disaster. And again, there's a ton of people making money off sports betting content, but very few are making money off of sports betting. So where are you at? If you started with Gianni on January 1st of 2023 and you followed my recommended bet size, well, if you started with a $10,000 bankroll, you never bet more than $125. That's on my 5%, and they're extremely rare. You're usually betting 3 and 4%, so you're betting anywhere between $75 and $100 with a 10 grand bankroll. And let me see where you're sitting at 180. Where are we at? Ain't that beautiful thing? 184 units plus 0.11. Again, we tipped the waitress. We're classy. Yeah, we're now up at 46. Remember, we were at 40%, 42%. Now we're at 4,600. We'll get back over 50%. That's on starting bankroll. So, for example, if you started with $10,000 bankroll, you now have 14,600 minus your expenses, which is paying for the information. And that's why I got on Gianni today before coming on, and I said, give me a coupon. The guys that are in this room, I want them to pay the least amount possible for long-term service so that their ROI increases. Because if they're betting too much, if they're paying too much for the information, their return on investment is going to be less. I don't want that. So here's what I'm going to do. Ace 20. Get 20% off anything more than 3 days. So again, I want long-term guys, not 7 days, not 30 days. I want the long-term guys that are here to win with me long fucking term. But we're even doing it down to more than 3 days. So you can see what exactly it means to bet for profit. Again, if you're new, sit back, watch, monitor, and it'll all make a lot of sense as we continue going upwards and finishing 2023 with a profit. So that's it, 4,600 on a $10,000 bankroll. So if you started with $100,000, you're up 46 grand. Yeah, you paid me 1,000, whatever it is, half the 2,000. You're up 40 plus thousand. Our guys that I met at the Win for Dinner that are in this room, I see the name right now. He's got a $500,000 bankroll. So what is he up? He's up over 200,000 on that. Just betting 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, and 1.25. Because remember, you can't change that part. This is the part we need to increase, the bankroll. Because our percentage of bankroll never changes. This is what you need to change. You want to be a baller? Bring bankroll. I'll ball with you. But having $500 as a bankroll, that's not balling. Because if you are, you're betting, if you're doing it right, you should be betting $1. And very few people are going to be betting $1. I don't even know if books will take $1 if you got that kind of bankroll. But that's exactly what the book wants you to do. They want you to be underfunded. They want you to have $1,000 bankroll and be betting 100 a game because they're guaranteed to take your money. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, you may win here or there, but they know if you're betting, if you have $1,000 bankroll and you're betting 100 a game, you're going broke. They know that. If you're betting 50 a game, you're going broke. They know that. They are welcoming you there. They are giving you points to bet those $50. They are so sure that you're going to lose. You know what happens when you win? Go to @Greek_gambler. This is what happens when you pose a threat to the casino. I leave it there not to show off, not as a brag, but I leave that video there to show you you're not welcomed when you're profitable. The reason they don't let me play blackjack is because I pose a threat. The reason they're letting under 99.9% play is because they know they're going to take their money. It's not a knock on them, but it works the exact same way with sports. They can tell instantly whether you're a threat or not. So again, please, 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 for your own good, bet size correctly. We will win. You see, we were up 250 units. We dropped about 100 fucking units quickly. We're coming right back up. When all the dust settles, December 31st, I'm going to say what I did over the last 365 days. Remember my words right now. How many other cappers are going to tell you what the results are, good or bad, over the last year. Very few. A lot of people go and hide on that last day of the year, and they start the following year bragging about how much they're up for the new year. And by February, March, that shit disappears as well. Again, we've all been through it over and over and over and over and over again. But we need to get that part out of the way. Before we could make money betting sports, we need to know how to bet size correctly. So if you're in this room, you're doing it the right way. If you've made a mistake in the past, it's okay. Correct, don't repeat. An idiot repeats. That we don't do that. We correct. It's okay to make mistakes. I make them all the time. Yesterday, I made them in MMA. Okay? I need to correct that. I know that. I'm not lying to myself. That cost us money. I'd be up over that 50% mark right now on the starting capital. I don't like being at only 46% when I could be at 55%. Ace don't wake up happy knowing that. So I'm going to fix that. I'm not going to lie to myself and say that everything went fine just because we're up so much. So please, always, always, always self-evaluate, make sure everything you do reflects that of a winning bettor. I'm not here to discourage anybody, but I need to warn you of how difficult it is to win. We're doing it because we follow certain guidelines and we stick to the blueprint, knowing that if we forget even for a day, bad things can happen. So I love you guys. I appreciate all the support you guys continue to give me. And please don't forget, Ace 20, Ace 20, Ace 20. Take advantage of that. I'm not trying to upsell anybody. Again, you look, I don't have a 5% play up. I don't have a fucking package I'm pushing. I'm telling it for you so that your long-term results are better. I know it stings coming out of pocket, but if you're going to be with me for the next year, make it as cheap as possible. If you're going to be with me the next 6 months, make it as cheap as possible. Don't keep paying weekly, man. I keep seeing guys paying weekly, and I don't want you to waste that money. Again, if you could find better, please bring them so I can use them as a source. I free roll a lot of winning sports bettors out there. I look for guys all the time, and if they prove to me they could win, I give them an account and I free roll them because I want that information. So if you know guys that are crushing it, I have no problem with it. Let me know. But I can promise you very few that are selling picks actually are winning long term. So I'm going to be here to answer all your questions. I'm going to look through the questions real fast because we have to dive right in. We only have 2 bets so far in NFL. We have the Colts money line at plus 125 for 4%, and we have the Cowboys at plus 4, minus 15 for 4%. So we got a lot of damage to do. We got baseball as well. So please remember, bet size correctly. We're going to get there. Whatever you're starting with will increase if you just follow the guidelines and have a big enough sample size. That's all it is. It's as simple as that. So, Lions or Dolphins, a stronger survivor play? Real quickly, let me look at how I have that game power rated. My power rating show actually the Dolphins, obviously, and that's because of the line is a little higher, but I think the Lions actually are a better bet as far as the survivor. I know point spread wise, it appears that the Dolphins are, but yeah, I think they're a little overvalued right now, that team, and wouldn't be surprised if you start to see some cracks there. Again, it's your contest. Do what you want. If I had to choose between the two, gun to head, I would take the Detroit Lions to beat the Panthers at home. Okay, now let's get baseball out of the way real quickly because I do believe we do have a baseball bet. Let's knock that out. Let me just confirm. And let me see, did Buffalo score? I got a Jacksonville play. I want Jacksonville, but we need a certain situation for the second half. We're looking at the Jacksonville side if it's set up that way, but I don't think we're going to get that gift where it's sitting. So I'll move to baseball instead real quickly. All right. Give me a second. Just pull the lines up. I want to show you this real quickly. This is one of my really sharp college football accounts. Look at the amount of bets these guys are firing on a normal, just Saturday college football. This is normal for them. No lie. This is freaking normal. This is what it takes to fucking win, man. Just fire where you see the edge, and when the dust settles, you make money. These guys are killers. I love them. Check this out. Boom, 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 boom. These guys are firing, 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 firing. You can't sell that. People be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? But believe it or not, that's exactly what every account looks like of that 0.5% that wins long term. I try to condense it for you guys and bring that experience to more normal bettors, recreational bettors, which I don't think you guys are if you're doing it like we are. But so just so you see that the idea of take these 3 picks and on Sunday in NFL, no one's winning doing that. Like take Falcons -2, Titans +1.5, and the Steelers +4. That's the card for today. Nobody's winning doing that. I promise you, nobody in the world is doing that in winning. They're doing that in selling, obviously, because when they get in a hot streak, then they push it. And given 2-3 bets, you're not going to bury anyone in one day. So they get a nice career of doing that. And eventually, again, even if you throw darts, you're going to get a short-term hot streak. But please don't fall for that nonsense. Don't fall for the nonsense. You see, I show you exact examples of the groups that are winning. This is the work that goes in. This is what I'm doing behind the scenes. And then I'm narrowing it down. This was my college. I saved this just because I do the gold for bet on it. And please understand, I'm sharing what I have up until Wednesday. Some of those are going to be manipulation. Some of them, they're going to come in and bet the other side. When I share on bet on it, I'm not sharing what I'm sharing in this room. I'm just giving everything that we've bet and let the listener decide how to use the information. Unlike here, where I've already vetted the information, dug into the matchups, have my strong leans based on my own knowledge and experience of finding plus EV bets, and then I unload. This is what it looks like, so you understand. I swear to God, this is what the sheet looked like. This is a normal Saturday. Every circle you see is a bet that I've had to place for these multiple groups. It's a lot of it takes a lot of work to profit. And we've done a very good job, again, not to pat myself on the back, of bringing that realness to here. And you can follow it with no sweat at all by bet sizing correctly. The volume won't be too much for you. None of that. You'll do just fine if you just follow along correctly. So with that out of the way, we do have an early bet on baseball. Let me look at the latest line and see how we're going to release this. All right, I don't think we're going to get much better than that. So let's go ahead and take 9-11. Minnesota Twins. I see plus 122 at Bet Online, plus 123 at Buckeye, plus 125 at Circa. Let's go with plus 120. Everybody should be able to get plus 120 or better. Make that a 2% play because we're also betting first five. I see plus 110, plus 108. I'm going to make plus 105. Okay, so we're going to take a 2% play on the first 5 Minnesota Twins at plus 105. I'm sending that out right now. 2% play on the Twins at plus 105. First 5. Please, you guys should have your accounts up and ready to go. Your betting lines up. Just go to Wager Talk and look at their live odds screen. You should have that up and your accounts already logged in. You need to be ready to trade when you come in here. Because I'm going to look now next. We're going to look at that props real quick to see if there's anything I can share. And you already know how time sensitive a lot of that is. You see how long it takes to type this out, to send it out. And this is what the system being set up for me as I'm firing to be able to go out. And with a lot of it being time sensitive, you see the dilemma. All right, I'm gonna have to bet that too, because I told you guys, although I have, my team that's firing away, the stuff that I also piggyback extra on my own bankroll, I actually make sure you guys get down before I even get down. That's how bad I want you to win. All right, so let me get my bet in too real fast. It's going to give me the best number. Damn, I had a good week this week, huh? We'll be collecting on Wednesday, that's for damn sure. Unless we get buried today. I ain't getting buried. We are crushing today. That much I can tell you. I feel good about today. Probably won't have a ton of volume, but what we will have is some good shit. Let me get some more bets down to this. I just got to spread out the Minnesota bet. That's why. So forgive me. He's only got 115. All right, that's better. 123. I'll take the 123. Give me 123 plus 123. All right, what are you giving me for first 5? You're usually the most generous. He's only giving plus 105. You guys should know who your most generous books are as well. There it is, plus 109. Very generous, man. Oh, I bet more than I should. Shit. I went 3 and 3 instead of 2 and 2 bet sizing. Oh, well, I'm not going to buy it back now. It's okay. I don't recommend you guys do that. It's a 2%, 2%. See, my mind was just off right there, and I ended up betting more than I should. Now I'm not going to pay VIG to get it back. Instead, it's a late game. If the Houston line climbs up higher, I'll be able to get off that 1%, at a very small cost. Okay, let's see anything else new come in before we're going to go straight through these NFL games and fire, like I said. Oh, I got a soccer. I don't, hold on, man. I'm going to have to give it to you guys this way because I don't just want to say it and not have you guys be able to get down on it. All right, you ready? Soccer. You know what we've been doing with the soccer plays, right? Okay. It's Sweden. It's Sweden League. The bet number is 207-426. Sweden, 207, excuse me, 207-426. 207-426. And we're taking Varbergs, B-A-R-B-E-R-G-S, Bulls FC. Varbergs Bulls FC at plus 1.25 goals, minus 125, willing to take minus up to minus 135. Okay, so they like that one. Varberga Bulls FC plus 1.25, minus 125. I'm actually betting it right now. I'm not going to use it as a premium play. it goes off in 7 minutes. That's the bonus of being in the room. Let me actually bet a little more because I'm seeing it in multiple accounts right now. Yeah, Sweden. There it is. All right. Yeah. We're getting it plus 1.25. Yeah. All right. Number still readily available. I like it. I have no idea. I couldn't name a single player on these teams, but you already know the long-term history of how we do when it comes to this shit. Sorry, I'm just, all right. All right. We're golden. Okay. Now let me look at the props real fast, and we're going to dive into the NFL. All right. Only one prop so far. That's soccer, actually. There's a soccer. Okay, another Brazilian soccer. Brazilian soccer. Are you ready? Brazilian soccer. 208-317. 208-317. Over 2.5. Santos Palmeiras. That's Santos versus Palmeiras. Santos versus Palmeiras. Over 2.5. Willing to lay up to minus 120. All right, let me look at that one too. Let's go Brazil. There it is, Santos Palmeiras, 2.5. Boom. Okay, 2.5. Minus 110, an even better number than the 120 they're willing. All right, 208-317, Santos Palmeiras under 2.5. Putting it in right now. Boom. There we go. Nothing big. Like I said, I bet 2% on these when I don't give the subscribers. That's it. Two baby dimes, and we're good. And we're good. All right. Got ourselves 2 little soccer plays there on the side as well. I like it. I like it. Those are always a nice little cushion because you know historically how well we do with those. But again, a lot is time sensitive and I can't always share all of it. I do also have the updated passing success rates, also modified for team schedule, who they've played up until this point. So we've got some data to work with already. Let me see, I think there's something coming in. Again, remember, keep in mind, I am working while we're doing this. No, yeah, no problem. All right. Okay, we could dive right in. Let me see if there's any questions so we could get into this. Is that college? What's that, NFL? Yeah, see, we didn't have a play anyway. We needed Buffalo to have a lead. If Buffalo had a lead at the half, we were getting involved. Okay, that's out of the way. Let's dive into the NFL. We got that one baseball. I mean, look at that Baltimore Orioles real quick, too. Let's get that out of the way. Sorry. All right, Texas won that first game yesterday. I'm just looking for that Baltimore side too, man. But hold on. Yeah. Damn. I like this. All right, I'm gonna keep that. What time does this game go off real fast? All right, we got to a little bit of time. Let me just do the pitching matchup real quick. My little model that I do for playoffs. Runs he's allowed 54 in 121 innings. 2.25. 2.25 against. 2, okay. Just give me a second. Well, we may not have a play, actually. I gotta see the bullpen real fast. Sorry, guys, give me a sec. This is important. Wow, nope, no. Looks like Texas or pass based on the data and a little playoff model that I do that's given us success for a long time. All right, let's dive right in, baby. Start off with the top of our sheets because again, we have teasers today. We have some teasers, some lines that are around teasers. I did put in I thought I had some live teasers going in here. What did this guy do? Take them down? Okay. That's strange. Okay. Here we go. Let's start off. Let me look real fast if there's any question because we got to dive in. Awesome. It's only 8:30. We got good time. Good time. We're doing good time. Oh, well, and we got baseball. Yep, baseball. Are you ready? Another premium play. We're going Texas, Baltimore over 7.5, minus 105 for 2, over. We got 3.5, minus 25, minus 30, over 3.5, minus 30, or go over 4 at even money. So go over 4 even money or over 3.5 minus 25 for 2. I'm sending them right out now. And 2 on the over 7.5. Yeah, bet online. There's a bunch of 3.5s. Make sure you hunt that. Don't just, if your first book doesn't have it and they're using 4, look. Make sure you look because I'm seeing a lot of 3.5s out there. All right, so we're going first 5 for 2. That's been working for us. First 5 for 2, game for 2. So we got 4% risk total. That's 1% of our bankroll, and we're breaking it up between first 5 and full game. That's been going well for us. The groups I'm working with are doing it the exact same way. Obviously, their reasoning is more to be able to get more money down at that exact number. All right, we're in action. We are in action. Four baseball plays now. Boom, both games. Bow. All right. You guys should have already received them. Let me bet them. Because I do actually bet what I release. Can't say that for everybody, but again, teach their own, right? Can't tell people how to run their business. God bless them all. Wow, 7.5 minus 2. Yeah, see, that's why you need outs. You need fucking outs. I got 7.5, over 7.5 plus 105. plus 105 on Texas Baltimore. I gave it out at minus 105. You guys can get it right now, plus 105. So here, don't believe me? Right now, plus 105 right here. That's where I just bet it. Plus 105, we could get that. That's why you gotta hunt for good lines. Gotta hunt for good lines. That is so fucking key. And right here, there it is, the 3.5. And I'll show it to you right now. Readily available when you have outs. When you have outs. There it is, over 3.5, minus 25. It's not simple. It's not difficult. They're available. I got to move this to get that in. Hold on. Sorry, guys. That's so key. Instead of talking about matchup nonsense, this is what we need to be discussing. Outs. How many outs do you have? Get outs. The more outs you have, the higher probability you're going to get in good numbers. And what happens when you bet good numbers? You win money long term. So there we go. We got that out of the way. Now we can move on to footy, baby. Let's get some football action. I'm jonesing. Let's see this guy. You got anything for me? I don't think so. Nope, good. That's what we want to see. Can you stop? Another soccer. If you guys are interested, Bayern Munich, 202-446, minus 2.75, minus 110. Minus 0.275, minus 110. Obviously, that's Germany, right? That's Germany. Oh, no, it's not in the German, so it's probably UEFA, right? I'll tell you real quick, so you ain't got to look. The early soccer hit while you guys weren't on here yet. It hit. Oh, shit, this one right now, too. It just went off at 11:30. See, minutes before they fire some of those. If any of you guys still have it, yeah, that's why it wasn't up there. It is on the German Bundesliga, whatever the fuck that's called. But yeah. All right, that's okay. That's okay. Guess I just like to share those with you guys in here. Nice little bonus. And let me look if there's any questions so we could get to the games. All right. The Brazilian soccer. What was the Brazilian soccer? I bet it. So let me just look in the account. It was Santos, Palmeiras, under 2.5. I got minus 110. I think they were good to minus 120. Santos versus Palmeiras, under 2.5. Under 2.5. Santos versus Palmeiras. It bought for the Baltimore, for the 7 being a key number. Let me tell you in a second. Good question. Good question. The gentleman wants, or the lady would like to know, what would I pay, because 7 is a key number, to go over 7 compared to going over 7.5 at minus 105. Now I got plus 105, so it's a little different, but what I gave it out at, what I released it at, 7.5 minus 05 is equal to laying minus 138 to go over 7. So if you could get over 7 minus 135, that's the bet. That's the bet. Now, I got plus 105. In my case, plus 105 is better than even going over 7 at minus 125. Because if you're getting 7.5 plus 105, that's equal to going over 7 at minus 125, at 124, excuse me. So a penny off, but it is better going over 7.5 at plus 105 than over 7 minus 125. But it's when you pay juice, that's the difference. Let me even see it even money. What is better? 7.5 even money or 7.20? Yeah, see, there you would go over 7 up to minus 130 if you can only get 7 even money, 7.5 even money. So that's my advice. If you got 7.5 at plus money, go over 7.5 plus. If you couldn't get plus money like I did, then, then you're better off laying up to that 135 range to go over 7. That's the kind of question I love hearing, because what you're trying to do is see what is the best way to place this good bet. Like, we already know the side we want, but what is the most advantageous way to place this bet? What gives me the highest positive EV situation? I love it. I love it. I do that almost with every bet. Do I take the 6 at this, or do I look for 5.5 and willing to pay that? Like, those are exactly the kind of stuff that needs to be going through your mind when you're placing bets. Not the Bears are 7-2 on Thursday nights after winning on Sunday by more than 7. Like, okay, the fuck does that even mean? Yeah, great question. Great question. Sorry to go off on that. Over 7 minus 130, great hit. Great hit. My man got it at William Hill. Great bet. You're good. You're good now. Regardless of outcome, here's what you need to know, brother. You did your job. You placed a great bet. Right now, I could go to Pinnacle I got to lay juice to go over, and you got a better bet than what we could get now. Like, that's the game, dude. You just played the game right. That's the game. That's the job. It really is. I know it's not fun. It's a lot funner talking about matchups and offenses and defenses and scoring and all that, but that's not the job of a trader. The job of a trader is just to find that inefficiency in a market and take advantage of it, regardless of where that inefficiency is. This gentleman just found that inefficiency in that total. They made a mistake on that total based on their clientele. See, guys like me probably can't bet there, or if we do, it's very limited. So they're able to adjust those lines to where their clients are taking the worst of it, because they don't have to worry about guys like us coming in and taking the best of it. But what they don't realize is there's a lot of new bettors like my man right here who are infiltrating these books. Way to go, Garrett. And those kind of accounts are gold, bro. Those kind of accounts are gold. Keep them as long as you fucking can. Good for you. All right, now we got to get into this. We need some, because again, I want to play some teasers today. Those teasers are so overdue. And again, nothing's due, but you understand what I mean. What happens with Plus EV teasers is just like what happens with Plus EV parlays, the parlay cards. You end up break even or losing week after week after week. Then you have that 1 week where it clicks, where every teaser, all the parlays hit, and you make all your money for the season. It happens in 2 or 3 weeks. I worked with a group that did that with parlay cards, and it's like out of the 16 weeks, we may have only won 3 of them, but it was enough profit in those 3 weeks to make the whole experience well worth doing. All right, so Jaguars Bills is off. We go right to the next game. I have a lot of two-way sharp action. So there's a lot of disagreement, which shows you just how tight these NFL lines. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 5 games, and 1, 2, 3 totals, so that's 7 positions, 7 from sides and totals combined. 7 of those, you have sharp bettors on both sides. on the over and the under, on the dog and the favorite. Just goes to show how tight these NFL lines are. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Start off with Texans at the Falcons. Texans at the Falcons. Let's see where that line was, where it is. Yeah, Atlanta opens 2.5. Now back to 2.5. The Texans had got bet. That's what forced that line move. And also the over caught a little bit of steam. Let me look at that success rate for these two teams. Atlanta 24. Houston way behind them. Atlanta at home. Here's what I could tell you. We got some sharp money on the Falcons in the first half. And I got some sharp money on the Texans for the game. Yeah, that's how it's going. That's how that game's going down. Where you have some, as far as my power rating goes, my power rating reflects right there in the middle. I have a pick 'em and I have a 3. So it's right about that 1.5, 2 range. Exactly where this line sits. Let's look at that over under. All right. I do like that Houston's coming off, having scored back-to-back 30-point games. But Atlanta was low scoring. That's the negative. That's the negative. All right. That looks like the negative to me. Otherwise, we would have had a nice possible move there on the total. All right. Let me see something. Let me text those guys in that office real fast. I like the Falcons. Personally, I like the Falcons. Not enough to fire any kind of premium play. Again, I'm going to be very, very fucking selective. That much I can promise you. We're doing great. We've bounced back from that ugly losing streak, and now we're on the up. Even with that bullshit that happened yesterday with MMA. Again, I got to get past that, right? It just stings. It just stings because it would have been at fucking over 200, which is right what I projected we'd be. It's all right. All right. Yeah, even the betting public is on the Houston side. No surprise, man. Again, that's not enough to take the Atlanta side, but the fact that you're seeing Atlanta has went down to 1 at one point, and now moved back up to 2.5, shows that even though Houston got some steam, there's more than enough disagreement. And on that Falcons side, let me see some more. Yeah, I don't even want to use, I'm not even going to put Houston as a possible teaser. That's how, yeah, we're passing. We're passing. Let's move. Lions, Panthers. Lions, Panthers. Here we go. Lions, Panthers. Power rating wise, right around that 6, which is good, which is what you expect. This one's gone up to double digits, now sitting at that 9.5, even 10, even up to 10 on the Detroit Lions. Wow. I'm a little surprised, to be honest with you, that it's gone up that high. Yeah, Detroit's another team that's outperforming the betting market and did it on prime time as well. Beating up Green Bay on the road after they beat up on Atlanta. And both those games, they were less than field goal favorites right around there. And they won both by double digits. I'm not going to look to back a team like that. I expect a team like that to be overvalued, especially going up against a Carolina team that hasn't covered a single game this entire season. And even only one of those was even close. See some success right here. Carolina obviously is right one slot above Arizona, and that's about it. While you have Detroit sitting up near the top 10. When you adjust for schedule, in fact, offensively, they're top 10 for sure. It's the defensive side that's a little weak. But Carolina doesn't have an offense that could take advantage. They're 30th in offensive passing success rate. As much as I want to look at that Carolina team catching all those points at double digits, I just can't do it. Again, we know double-digit favorites have how well they've done of late in the NFL. Again, I'm not a big trend guy. Yeah, even public money, I know it probably seems the percentage sites have Detroit probably getting 60, 65%, but that's not the case behind the counter. Money-wise, I'll tell you that. Ticket count, yes, but money-wise, that's not the case. In fact, book that I have access to has actually more risk on the Carolina side. That tells you anything. Huge on the Texas side. That's for, the Atlanta side. The Texans side against Atlanta. That's why I did put Atlanta, because that move up to 2.5 actually is impressive. I told you, there's 5 things I bet. There's 5 factors. One of them is my charts. I follow price action religiously. I'm very good at picking off value just based on price action alone. In fact, a lot of the sports that I don't follow, I just use price action, and it's given us some success. So yeah, let's sit that one out. Let's sit that one out completely. No side, no total, no nothing. So far, the only thing we're going to look at is that Atlanta, and we're going to keep it to the side. We're going to keep it to the side and see how this plays out this morning. We're a little early, but let's keep going. Titans, Colts. We are on the Colts, obviously. Here's what we're looking to do, though, here. We were hoping that the line went the other way in the Colts' favor. Then we would have had a easy free bet with plus money on both sides, and I would have done it because, again, I don't have to sell picks. I could bet like I bet for profit and give those to you. So having Colts plus 125 for 4%, if the line would have went to the Colts going to minus 2.5, and now I could get Tennessee at plus 125, that's the bet I would have released. We would have had 4% on the Colts at plus 125, 4% on the Titans at plus 125. Regardless of outcome, we're going to pick up 1 unit. That's the bet I was hoping to make here. It didn't work out that way. So my read was wrong. Again, I tell you when I'm right, I tell you when I'm wrong. My read was wrong there because of all the love that has since come in on the Titans. Which means I have to dig in a little bit and see how we're going to play this one. If we're just going to let that Indianapolis money ride, or if we're in a better position to get off the game if information changes. I mean, obviously, we know the Titans have owned this series as of late, winning the last 5 and covering, and they were only favored in 3 of those 5 and 2 of those 5. So obviously, they performed well against the Indianapolis Colts, sweeping the series last year, and both games going under. And I think that's why we may have a little value on this over. Oh yeah, man. Like you got Tennessee. They were field goal dogs last week and won by 24 points. Just as a trader, I'm not gonna look. Yeah, we're gonna not fuck with that at all. Let me see something here. I'm just thinking, do we use the Colts on tease here? Let's look at this total again. Put that on the side. All right, so we're going to put that on the side as well. So far, we're looking at the Falcons. We're looking at the over in the Titans Colts. Again, I'm going to be very selective. I just want to drop bombs today. It's exactly what we're doing. You saw we zeroed in on baseball. We were able to pick off 2 4% plays, and we broke them down. We split our risk up, but they were strong plays. Now, we may not get it because what do I see right now? I see BMC giving that over in that freaking. That's just me texting the office, guys. Don't worry, I keep peeking to see, is there any new stuff to share as we go through game by game? If you're getting big, NBA 5-4-5, 5-4-5, Sixers Celtics 5-4-5. Pull up that game. We're going under 219.5, under 219.5 in that Sixers game. I see 219s out there now. So Sixers Boston under 219.5. Oh, the 219. It's out there. Anybody wants to take it. Again, I'm not using it as a premium. My goal is to do damage. I've had a great week. I want to make sure we end on a positive note by narrowing down some bombs. But don't get me wrong. That stuff is usually profitable. Definitely plus EV if I'm going to share it. And that under 219.5, it's definitely plus EV. Just check one more fast in case another prop came in, since they're betting NBA now, it looks like. Yep. If he confirms the NBA, then we have no. All right. I have on Atlanta Falcons team total under 21.5, even money. Atlanta Falcons team total under 21.5, even money. The only reason that's not a premium is because I only use those when multiple groups zoom in on a prop. You notice on the team totals how well we've done, on the first half team totals how well we've done, on the first quarter bets how well we've done. And it's because I've stuck to not blindly betting those, but waiting for multiple positions on the same side. Lets me know for certainty this isn't a scalp. This isn't a middle, because you have to remember these lines move significantly on these props. And if you're able to manipulate the line and set yourself up with a middle or a scalp, why wouldn't you do that? And what I'm seeing is with sports betting becoming so mainstream and recreational bettors betting so many of these props, that the wise guys are now using them to just scalp and middle props and middle and scalp props. Just get plus money on both sides, get a nice middle. So you got to be careful just blindly piggybacking what they're on, because what they may be doing is simply setting up a scalp, setting up a middle. So don't worry, you have me directing the bus, so we're just fine there. But this is one of them where I don't have two-way confirmation, or else I'd have sent it out. We've done that well with these team totals. So let's just keep that there. If the other group does bet it, I will let you know. So far, nothing. So far, nada. So far, nada. Okay? So there we were with the Colts and the Titans. We're looking at the over possibility. It's moved a little on us from that 41.5, 42 range. That's the only reason I need stronger confirmation. I need more support to get involved. Almost like the Falcons. I'm going to need to see one of the sharp books do the right thing. Hold on. All right. Next game up. Dolphins, Giants. Let's go. Let's go. There they go. Here go those Miami. Miami. See that line. Let's see that line. Let's see that total. Yeah. Up. They're up to a 13-point favorite. Open 50. The total's now down to 47. That's because one of the groups I work with bet the under 48.5. I think I gave that out on bet on it. Obviously, we're not going to take under 47.5 when it was 50 before, no matter how sharp that is. But let's look at that passing success rate, offensively and defensively. We look at the Miami Dolphins. They're eighth. They're number 2 offensively, but they are 30th defensively. They're 30th defensively. And now you have the exact opposite with the New York Giants, where they're 32nd in passing success rate on offense, but they're 3rd on defense. Something's going to break here because you have offense versus you got a top 2 offense against a top 3 defense and a shitty offense against a shitty defense. Oh, you guys know that's the obvious handicap. Dude, this is like going back to fifth grade sports betting right here. The only thing missing is Miami covering last week. If Miami covered last week, this would be the perfect storm. You'd see 5% just on handicapping trends alone. But yeah, we faded Miami last week. Of course we did. Of course we did. Here's what we're going to do. Here's how Ace is going to get you down here. Hold on. I got some good ideas. Don't worry about that. You're going to love this. All right, here we go. Are you ready? Let's get some bets going. See how excited I get when I fire? All right, ready? Game 459. 459. New York Giants plus 13. New York Giants plus 13. 4% play. 4% play. % on the New York Football Giants, baby. All right, don't worry. I'm not stopping there. I got something else for you, ass, too. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. Oh, no. Let me get that. Let me get that in the chopper. And hold on. The chopper, really? Hold on. Here's what else we're going to do, baby. We're going to take the Miami Dolphins team total, and we're going to bet that under. We're going to bet that under because it's sitting at 31. I was hoping for 31.5, but I will take that 31 at minus 115. No problem at all. No problem at all. And we're actually going to make that a 3% play. A 3% play on the Dolphins under 31. I know. They haven't been held to less than 30, right? I get it. You can fade it. You're allowed to fade. You don't have to follow Ace. Again, but take the ones you agree with, not the ones you don't. then you only got yourself to blame. I tell you what I'm betting and my results from those bets and how I've done with them. But my goal is always that you guys do better than me, that you avoid some losers, you add a little more in some winners or of your own. That's actually my goal for you guys. All right, let's go New York Giants and team total under. Hold on, because I have to bet those. Got some live bets to make on the New York Football Giants. First things first. Oh, that guy's got 12.5. I like seeing that. That's my sharp out. I like seeing that. Oh, yes, there's my square out. Yeah. Come here, square out. Boom, you're getting hit for 13. There you go. You got 31 under 15. That's cool. I won't get cheap there. I'll give him the 31. I'll give him the 15. Actually, I'm going to look in case someone's got minus 110. I'm that cheap when it comes to my bets. I want the best possible. I'll log in the 15 books to save 5 cents. Oh, this guy's charging 105, but he's got it at 30.5. Yes, that's what I like to see. Respect. Put some respect on that. What do you got? Come on, big guy. Post your lines. You're taking too long. I'm going to have to tip again. Let's take that 31 at 15, minus 115. You got me. Boom. All right, let's get that in there. Giants plus 13. Under 31, minus 115, team total. We've got a 4% and a 3%. Yeah. All right, we're in action. We're in action. What we like. Nice big bets. Nice big bet. All right, auto. Yeah, these are we getting down. You ready? Auto racing. I'm sending them out. 7516. Kyle Larson minus 115. Larson minus 115. Seven, 7517. Kyle Larson against McDowell. Kyle Larson against McDowell. I'm taking minus 115. I'm putting it out at minus 120. %3 play on NASCAR. 3% play, NASCAR matchup. I have one more for you. Hold on, come on, motherfuckers. Sorry, these are go quick, so I'm betting them as I'm sending them. We don't have time to fuck around with these. That's for damn sure. All right, so you got 7517. The second one, Kyle Busch, 7549. 7549. 7549. Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch. 7549 against Ty Gibbs. 7549. Kyle Busch against Ty Gibbs. Kyle Busch against Ty Gibbs. But they want minus 110 to 115. I'll do another one up to minus 120. But this one they put 110 in, so we'll go 115. Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch minus 115. versus Ty Gibbs. I really hope you guys are getting even better numbers. You're getting them fresh off the press. If you have multiple outs and you're logged in, there is no reason you're not getting any of these at even better number. Right now, I'm betting a -105 on this Kyle Busch. Jesus. Why am I giving it out of 115 then? It's all right. All right. Told you we'd have action today. Well, you're bringing it today. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Good job. Good job. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We got action. One sec. Oh, that's a good sign. Oh, I'll share that with you in a second. So I'd ask questions at that office, like which book to move certain stuff through. I'm not there. I had got down on my guys yesterday. They were just fucking around too much, and just because you're having a good week, you can't play. Like, handle your business, then go have fun. But while we're working, you got to work. All right. Anything else? All right. For you NBA guys, game 5-4-3, game 5-4-3. Phoenix Suns, Detroit Pistons under 222.5. 5-4-3, 5-4-3, under 222.5. If you look at your screen right now, it's sitting there. It is lighting up at Pinnacle on 222. On 222, it's lighting up. So they're betting it right now. They're betting it right now. All right. Let's get back to work. Let's get back to work. All right. Next up, Saints, Patriots. Saints, Patriots. Let's go. Saints, Pats. We'll do Saints, Pats, then I'll look if there's any questions. We'll go on. Actually, we'll get to these with this Saints and then the Steelers. Then I'll look at questions. Then we'll do the later games. We're going to get quick today, boys. Told you, we're just firing. Today's just fucking firing. And as promised, this coming week, I'm going to add an extra day. You'll get that surprise. And moving forward, we're going to switch it up, whether we have an extra day on Saturday or an extra day during the week. I need to be there to guide you and be there to answer questions. And when it's days like this, where we're just, firing, I'm not able to do that. And I need to be accessible to you guys to answer those questions. I'm sure there's some things that you want to ask. Please don't be shy. If there's something holding you back, if there's something you're doubting, not sure of, please, 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 these sessions are for you. I work for you. I'm here to answer your questions and help you mimic those results of mine and my teams that will be even better on December 31st than they are today. So please, 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 don't be shy with any question. Ask away. All right. Where were we now? Again, Saints, Patriots, another one where we have good two-way action. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We have, I can tell you now, steam on the under 40, under 39 and a half, under 39. Obviously, any value that may have been there is no longer there. That's obviously been extracted. So instead, we're just going to take a look at the side, which makes it easier. It is in that 1.5 range for the Patriots for possible teaser action. That's why I will have to shut this down in 30 minutes because I'm going to have to put in those long 16 and 14 teasers where I have an edge in. I have a group that invested a bunch of capital once they saw the math behind it, and I have to just put in a bunch of these teasers for them. So I need that 15 minutes to just buckle up and get them in there. All right. They've been sitting at that 1.5 the whole time, New England. Power rating wise, I have it at 2, so it's right there. No surprise, you're seeing two-way action on that. With the under steam, and more importantly, with the under having gotten the respect of the market, that makes the points more attractive in a teaser. You have both these teams coming off blowout losses, you know, where their offenses did absolutely nothing. Yeah, if anything, this is Saints teaser. Let's put that in the Saints teaser. Let's put that there because I'm going to fire some teasers. I'll let you know before jumping off what those are. All right, we got the Saints teaser. Boom. All right, Pittsburgh Ravens. Baltimore, 4.5 point favorites, 5 in some places. Opened 4, went down to 3.5. The total obviously got bet down from 40 down to 38. And then, though, back up a little bit. And I did see some sharp money come in on the over, actually. And one of the accounts, they bet the first half over as well. So we're going to take a look at that. Because I actually do like the over in that game. Just the decision between the first half or side, to be honest with you. Yeah. Done. Let me see, side. Nice. All right, let me see that first half total too. Excuse me, give me 1 second. It's not a 20, not a 20, not a 20. Yes. All right, we got 19.5. Okay. All right, we could work with that. All right, let's put it. Here's what we got to do. Baltimore, Pittsburgh. Obviously, you know how good these two teams know each other. It's always a coin flip as far as the point spread goes, anywhere between pick 'em and 3. If you look over the last 10 games, I bet if there's maybe one time that they met, that it's higher than 4. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it'll close, it opens like 2.5, 3, but it closes a point and a half higher or lower. But I cannot see anyone opening maybe one game higher than, like, you know, that field goal range over the last 5+ years. These two are that competitive. Even though Pittsburgh has gotten a little bit the better of them straight up wise. And we all know that the total has gone under with these two, 5 or 6 straight. It's been an under series. And only last year did they start lowering the totals. Prior to last year, the average total with this series was like 44, 45. Now they finally dropped it after last year's 2 games. You know, they barely broke 30 points. And you got Pittsburgh coming off a game last week where what they put up 6 points. You have Baltimore coming up a game where sure they put up 28, but the final score is 31 points scored in their last game. All right. Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do here. Just confirm. Oh, yes. Don't worry, it's coming to you. I'm just lining it up for us. All right, we're going to go over 38.5. I see 38 at DraftKings. So if you got a DraftKings account, bet the 38 there. We're going to go over 38 in the Steelers and Ravens for 2% because we're also going over the 19.5. $38.5. %, over 38.5. Pittsburgh, Baltimore. And over 19.5. Let me just confirm. 19.5, 19. Oh, 19. What am I saying? Sorry, 19 minus 115, 19 minus 115, 19 minus 115. Pinnacle's got 18.5. Wow, okay, we'll go 19. We'll go 19. Oh, that's fair. We'll lay 15 for it. Over. Yeah, I like that we're able to make 4% plays and actually bring down that risk. Very good for us. Give me a second while I bet these as well. Gotta make sure my peeps get them in first, and then I got time to bet. I need you guys to crush and make money, dude. I need you guys to end December 31st up. I need you to see it that, wow, if I do this the right way for a year, it's that easy. All I got to do is just follow the right bet sizing. And as my bankroll increases, I'll be able to increase that as well, man. I need you guys to see that. It'll become so obvious. And the only question to be asked is how generous the market's going to be to me this year. It's a good problem to have. Yeah, see, I got 38. Wow, they're charging minus 15 to go over 38.5. Tells you, yeah, that's good. Our 38.5 looks good. All right, let's go first half. What do you got first half? 19. I like it. See? I knew you guys could get 19s, dude. You ain't new to this. Yeah, we ain't new to this. All right, let me put that down. Okay, we got bets for the morning. I like how selective we've been. I like it. All right, so we got a 4% play Colts, 4% play Giants, 3% play under Miami Dolphins team total, 2% over Ravens Steelers game, 2% over first half. And then the Cowboys 4% on Sunday Night Football. We have our four baseball plays that we split up our risk in, and we have 2 NASCAR as well. Oh boy, we are doing good, fellas and ladies. I know there's some ladies in the group. All right, let me look at questions. Then let's do these late games, and then put some teasers together. See if we get some premium teasers out there before I have to go wrap up those packages. I gave you Phoenix, Detroit under 2.5, I believe, right? Yeah. Okay, I think I got prop for you. Line up. Anthony Richardson, passing yards, over. Anthony Richardson passing yards, over 214.5, minus 125, over 215 and 215.5, up to minus 120 as well. Wow, okay. So Anthony Richardson, over. They're good to 215.5. They're good to 215.5. See if the Colts QB could put up some yards. Over 214.5. Okay. We got the Colts, right? All right. That's good to see. Good to see. I miss Jacksonville. I'm so pissed. This fucking bullshit in the middle of the night. Got to wake up in the middle of the night to bet that shit. Or I know you could the night before, obviously, but don't have confirmation the night before. Yes, coupon code is good. ACE20, ACE20. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, telling you. If you're betting and paying for information, pay for winning information. Pay for plus EV information. And then just select what you like. But at least you know that it's coming from a actual winning sports bettor, someone that's plus EV, someone that is up for the year, that is up over the last 5 years, that is up if you've been following over the last 10 years. Like, that matters, man. That fucking matters, not the nonsense of, what's it called? Short-term shit. So, yeah, for those, actually, I had a friend / member that hit me up about 6-point teasers on 16 teasers, and they had an out that gave them a lot better than I've been able to get. If you're able to get 6.5 to 1 or greater, you're plus EV all day. I've been able to find a couple books that give me that. Most are giving like 5.5 to 1, which isn't enough to get you in that plus EV range. But speaking to some guys that have outs as well that give them 6.5 to 1, they're just like, hey, listen, I'll give you the login and password. If you could go in and just tie in some of those long form teasers, and we'll give you a cut of it. So yeah, I just got to go in there and put some teasers together. And again, it's just numbers. It has nothing to do with teams or anything like that. I'm strictly teasing the numbers. But when you get into 16 teasers, what happens is you run some out of some of those Wong numbers. So then I've gotten really good at picking out which of the non-Wong numbers our best of tees. It took a while, but you know, you can figure it out. It's not rocket science. Let's move on. Let's go. We got action to get to. Arizona and the Bengals. Arizona and the Bengals. 2, 1, and 3 teams. The only difference is one's been covering spreads, one has not. Okay? And when I look at passing success rate, which is one of the most predictive metrics in all of NFL, in fact, it has I believe, a 0.3 correlation. Oh, even higher, 0.33 correlation to winning. Yeah, that's like 50% greater than what's it called? Expected points, which is one of the better advanced metrics. You know, expected points added. See, I know guys been just using that metric alone and taking advantage. But yeah, we like to factor in even better than that, and that's passing success rate, offensively and defensively. So let's go. Let's look at Cincinnati and let's look at Arizona. Big difference here. You have Cincinnati, who's 20 offensive, 25th defensively against an Arizona team that's 4th offensively, 26th defensively. Look at 3.8. Cincinnati. You think with Cincinnati would look around that 6-point favorite, but they're not. And that's a telling sign. That is a telling sign when they're not. Let me explain. Hold on, let me pull this up. All right. Yeah, Arizona, obviously, they've been blown out off a blowout against San Francisco. They have played well at home. I mean, they were double digit against Dallas and they won the game outright. They were getting over field goal against the Giants and only lost that game by a field goal. So Arizona has played better at home than obviously they have on the road, where you look at the Bengals, yeah, they put up six points on the road. This is a team that just hasn't been able to put up points. And that was against Cleveland and against Tennessee, losing both games by more than 20 points. So I'm not surprised they're getting faded here by the Sharps. In fact, I'm just pissed I didn't get a better number, because I like Cincinnati here. I mean, Arizona here. We could get 3.5. That's key, you know, at a discount, because it's even money at -20. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to let you know right now how we're going to play this. Do we want 3 even money, or we want 3.5? Because right now, Arizona, you bet 3. All right. The only way you buy that 0.5 point is if you're getting paying less than 120 for it, which isn't worth it. Right now, we could get 3 at even money on Arizona instead of laying 25 cents for, or 30 cents even at some places to get it to $3.5. No, but because of that, we're going to have to take the penalty. Got to make it only a 3% play. But I think Arizona could win this game at home, man. The metrics support it. My network supports it. They bet it earlier. They're both coming off a mean reversion, so we don't have that. That's for sure. The price action definitely falls into lap, and that's why. Momentum neither has it, so that's perfect. It falls into the percent play, exactly how our rating system works. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take the Arizona Cardinals +3, even money for 3%. I like that. Right, another bet, another bet. Next thing you know, we got action. What started out slowly. Who's giving me the best? Come on, give me the best on that. Can I get a +105 from somebody? Square? That would be amazing. Come on, you could do it. You could do it. There it is. Ah, no, that's a little worse. Even money, even money. You're usually generous. Oh, -105. I'm going to take you at even money, baby. Even money. Good bet. Good bet. Arizona, yes. 3%. I like our bets today. I told you, shit's done changed. We hit capitulation. We got to the bottom. Our chart went like this. And then we did a little chopping, went down after that straight line, chopped. That's where the capitulation happens. And I told you about that about 2 weeks ago. We've hit the bottom, and now we're going to start making our way back up. We're about 145, 150 units at that time. We're now at 185. Would have been at my over 200 had I not fucked up in MMA yesterday, but it's my fault. I apologize for that. And all we could do is move forward. But we are on the upside. If you're ever going to freaking start doing the right thing, it's now. If you fucked up before, let it go. Just forget about it. That's okay. The key is to correct, not repeat, to stop digging the hole. Say it's okay. Now I'm going to do the right thing, and the good things are going to happen, but it takes some time. Got to remember, it's 2023. We all know how to get a six-pack. How many of us are walking around with a six-pack? I know I'm not, but we all know how to get one, right? We know what you eat. We know what you got to exercise. It's obvious, but it takes the discipline to actually do it. We have everything in place for you to be profitable, and even Ace 20 giving you a discount on the information. No excuse to not do damage. All right, we have oh, does that fall under it? Yeah, hold on a second. I have one of the NFL guys that I actually free roll. He's rare with plays, but when he does, I pay attention. What's he coming in on? He just texts me to get him down. Come on, get it in. Okay, no. He wants over Carolina and Detroit. Over Carolina and Detroit. 43 under, excuse me, under. Yes, that's okay. I thought he said over. Yeah, we want this. 3% play. Yes. That's where I was leaning. Okay, I thought he said over. Okay, under. We're going under Carolina, Detroit. 43.5. Detroit Lions under 43.5. 3%, 3%. Under, Carolina, Detroit, 43.5. Under, 43.5. Carolina, Detroit, 3% play, 3% play. Yes. Talked about that earlier. The network just gave a little confirmation. I'm just looking just in case someone has a 44 out there, you know, they may be getting some overaction. No, 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 no. All right. It took minus 109. Save $5 on every 500. Got to search. That's $1,000. Save 10 bucks. This is a $3 play. I save 15, 30 bucks, $30. I know it ain't a lot of money, but it adds up. It adds up. All right, all right. Action's coming in today, boys and girls. Let's check any prop, any prop. Nope, all right. Where were we? Where were we? Got the Cardinals in. Oh, we're almost done, yes. All right, Jets, Broncos, Jets, Broncos. I have conflicting information on the total with over 40.5, under 43. The over is the sharper side, and they're actually allowing us to get in on it by going over 42. We're going to wait because right now only Pinnacle has 42 and Circa has 42. There's more 42.5s. I didn't think we were going to be able to get down on this play, but it looks like now we're gonna. Actually, we'll get to that next because here's the Eagles. Sorry, let's get to the Eagles game first, and then Denver Jets. I have some stuff for Denver Jets that we're probably gonna get involved. Let's get this Eagles out of the way first. Done. I'll just pull my stuff up. All done. Right, I'm just looking now in case it's too late. Hold on, just looking up at the earlier games real fast in case we got something to add. Yeah, I like, hold on, man. Give me a sec. Okay. Yeah, let's get that early stuff finalized real quick. I don't like what I'm seeing here on that. Hold on. Okay, we do have Arizona. We need Arizona on there. Hold on. God damn. Don't worry. I'm just going through these morning early stuff to see what we're getting down on anything. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it, guys. I'm getting too much conflicting information on Tennessee, Indianapolis. You could let it ride. I'm paying juice to get off it. I'd rather lose half a unit, 1 unit, than lose 4 units. I got to do it. Tennessee money line. Again, I'm not selling picks. I'm betting for real. So I've got 4 dimes on Indianapolis at plus 125. I could get 135 the other way right now. 135 at Pinnacle, 135 at DraftKings. Yeah, that's crazy. I'll pay the 10 cents on the dollar to get off it, then let it ride. Fuck that. I'm not gambling that much money. That's a 4% play on conflicting information in Indianapolis. Yep, paying big to get off the bet. I'm comfortable with doing that. More comfortable than letting it ride and telling you guys, let's just hope for the best. That's it. It stings. I hate doing it. But I would hate more letting it ride and having Tennessee win this game and knowing I could have got off with losing half a unit, even 1 unit, compared to losing 4 and juice. That's just crazy. Yeah, we don't do that. That's it. Good. We're off that one. Perfect. That makes me relax. Good. 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 All right. Now let me get that last thing out of the way too that we were looking at. Looking at was. Actually, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to pass. I was going to look at Atlanta. I'm going to pass on Atlanta. It just doesn't. I don't see the move that I was waiting for. Price action. I needed to get a 3 up there. Didn't get there. So we're going to have to let it go. We're going to have to let it go. That's not a problem. Okay, we're letting that one go. But one we're not letting go. We do have one more 3% play. And that's on the Ravens, Baltimore Ravens, Baltimore Ravens. Minus 4.5, minus 4.5. I like the money line, but it's just too expensive. Let me just see something. Just hold on 1 second. 1 sec. All right, we've got 4.5 equals 221. What's the money line? We're going to have to bet this money line, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's 210, 215. Anything less than 221, got to go 3% on the money line. That's the way to play it. That's the way to play it. Yeah, I'm texting someone else. They're going to have to do the teasers. I don't have time. I got to be with you guys in here for this. So I'm going money line. I even go to 220 just to show you that it's the right move, up to 221. Okay? Like I said, I could get 215 right now. 195's even. But I'm going to 210. Yeah, I'll do 220 just to show you how fair I am. %, Baltimore money line, minus, I'm doing 220. You guys should get better than 220. It's just a better bet than the 4.5. It's just math. Again, I just want to place good bets. And I know it's more expensive, but if you got to pay more to get better, to place a better bet, that's just the price of doing business. I don't want to lose more either if it's not the right side, but I'm not going to place a worse bet just to save in case it loses. To me, that just doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, these guys got 205. So they're getting a bunch of Steeler money line action. That's actually a good sign for us. All right, 500 it is, baby. You're getting a nickel too. Oh yeah. All right. You see any questions? So we got to keep going. We got to get going. I see NASCAR. Every book I have has NASCAR under motorsports. It's just a NASCAR matchup. I don't know if you're all like in a different country or like here. Every book I have access to gives me NASCAR, and I just look at the rotation number. I got to look at this real quick. Then we'll do the late games because this is fuck, man. Yeah, and there's a ton of teasers for you guys. All the teasable teams, I'll tell you now. Houston, Indianapolis, the Saints, the Jets, the Packers. There's 4 right there. There's 4 right there. I'm just looking at the last team to add on, guys. That's all. All right, that's done. Let's go. Let's make some money. All right, where were we? Where were we? Where were we? I got in the Bengals, Cardinals. Oh, we forgot the Eagles. The Eagles. We're in the Eagles, Rams. Okay, let's get Eagles, Rams in. Then we'll get these games done. Here come Buffalo with 22 seconds. The game's over. All right, Eagles, Rams, Eagles, Rams. Power rated wise, we got the Eagles at about a 4.5 point favorite. No surprise, that's where the betting line is. So now we got to find out a little deeper on how to massage it. All right, let's go Eagles. Line open 4, sitting at 4. Interesting. Total open 49.5, only up to 50. Even more interesting. You're getting good two-way action as far as betting action goes. That's for damn sure. Yeah, hold on. I see this line move. If they didn't move it, we're going to upgrade the Steelers Raven total. Oh, they did. Okay. They went to 38.5 from 39. Okay. They didn't adjust it. It would have been worth another percent on that Steelers total on that over. That's okay. That's all right. Next time. All right. Okay. We're good. I like what we got this morning. I really do. I like that we got the risk off of that Colts side. We got our Giants. We got our Miami team total under. We got the Panthers game under. We got the over in the Steelers game. We got the Cardinals. We got good games. Good plays today. All right. Let's look at this Eagles. I'm getting heavy public action and sharp on the Rams. Worries me a little bit. I'm just being honest. Worries me a little bit. Well, I need a drag. No, it's just nicotine. Too early for the good stuff. Got to keep the head straight when you're working. There's a time for everything. Okay, let's look at this Rams a little deeper. Now I see why the sharps are betting them. Get that first half on the Rams. That first half Rams line. All right, yeah, that's where we're going to get involved. At least it's gotten respect. They've gotten respect. I like that. All right, put that on the side. I'm thinking how we're going to break it down or not. All right, so let's just put that Rams to the side. We'll decide before we get off this call. Don't worry about that. Jets, Broncos. Jets, Broncos. Jets, Broncos. Wow, big difference in power ratings. Also, I told you we have over and under, but fake steam on the Under. That much I can promise you. It's phony. It's just not a phony. It's a middle. That's all it is. Just a middle. You see where you're at. Jets actually 12. Defensively, their success rate's good. It's especially when compared to Denver. Defensively, Denver's terrible. A little better offensively. Okay, that makes sense. Last year, yeah, Jets won that game in Denver. I remember. Denver finally returns home. Over's the way to play it, but it's 42.5. I wanted 42. Yeah. Again, I'm only want to take the best trades, man. I'm sorry. A few years ago, yeah, I'd go over that 42.5, but right now I won't even do that. I'm just being honest. If it's not the exact number that I want, I'll just wait for another one to make. It's just that it's the price you pay for doing so many sports and so many markets. You're just not going to be able to get everything down at the right times. You're going to miss some stuff. And when you do, you got to have the discipline to let it go. That took a while to develop because I'd be like, fuck, like I wanted it now just for a half point. Why not? Just take it. But it's that discipline that you really got to, it's your money. Like you need to protect it. So yeah, we're going to let that go. We're going to do the right thing. And we're going to let that go for now. Who knows? Later games, we could get some under action. So let me put that. What are we looking at later? We got Rams. And we got over, excuse me, forgive me, over in the Jets Broncos. We already bet Arizona, yes. What's the percent play on Arizona? 3. Okay, we may bump that up. We may bump that up. Okay, let me put that possible addition to Arizona. Who knows? Maybe get a 3.5. So let's just keep that there. Let's keep the Rams there. Keep the over in the Jets. So you guys know what I'm looking at for later. The ones that are confirmed right now, we fire like we did with Arizona. But we're going to wait and see. Do we want more on Arizona? We might. We might want another percent on Arizona. And the Rams, I want to see what happens with the later games. I need to see some more balance. Like, again, I trust my intuition. When you followed opening and closing betting lines for 3 decades, you've seen a lot. You don't remember everything, but you know you've been through a lot. So when there's certain sirens go off, you got to pay attention to them. And something just keeps sticking out in that Rams side that I need to see some more conviction. Yeah, I do. I do. Especially since I could have got 6 at the opener. So I know some of my value has been extracted. That's factual. The key is at 4, do I still get down? And I'm not looking at the first half, because if I could pay 125 or less to get a field goal in the first half, it's getting me closer to that 6 full game. So yeah, well, we're going to look there. Maybe we'll get a discount. We'll see. Again, there's the paper. It's just right there. Where we got potential Rams, potential over, and then again, addition. All right, Vikings, Chiefs, and then one more and we're good. All right. Vikings, Chiefs, Vikings, Chiefs, Vikings, Chiefs. Right away, let's look. Chiefs obviously are my top team. They got a close to a top 5 success rate defense, passing success rate. Offensively, they're up there. Look at Minnesota. Minnesota, disappointment at 1-3. That's the defense and the mediocre offense, okay? But let's not forget, they've had a tough strength of schedule. Yes, they were favored in 3 of 4, but never more than 4 points. And they did get their first win last week. That's good, as far as momentum goes. Where we look at KC, returning home, getting wins, not covering. Who's up for KC? Denver's up for KC next. Chicago's up for Minnesota. You always got to look who's next. Oh, KC plays on Thursday, huh? Okay. Okay, let's factor that one in. Okay, now I see why they're taking the Minnesota team. Now it makes sense. They also took the under, huh? Oh, that's sticking out. I'm gonna have some later action. Okay, they put up 21, they put up 23. What did this total do? Just sitting there, 52. Yeah, let's put that in the hopper too. Okay, so we got 2 possible totals. Again, no reason to fire it yet. Just wait for more confirmation. Like again, these are the leans, the position I'm looking at, and I sit back, wait for confirmation. The one we are going to get involved in though before this changes, because we are able to get 3.5 right now. So let's do that for 3%. We got to lay 15 cents. At DraftKings, we don't have to lay anything. At a lot of these places, we don't have to lay anything to get the 3.5. Wow. Okay, at Circa, we got to lay 5 more cents. That's worth the price of admission. I'll do minus 115. Don't worry. You know I love you guys. Yeah, let's make that one official right now. Do a 3% play. Minnesota Vikings. Excuse me. Plus 3.5 minus 115. All right. Sunday night game, and we are done. We'll take another look around. Again, Monday's another day. I could tell you already know I like the Raiders. I like the Raiders. But Mondays, we'll wait for Monday when Monday gets here. Unless we're looking to get out ahead of that one. All right, so let's look real quick on the final game, and that's the Cowboys and the Niners. You already know I am high on Dallas for this one. In fact, just so you know, there is that possibility of actually upgrading this one. It talks about that defense of San Francisco. They're going to run into a Dallas defense this week that I think is better, with revenge on their mind as well. Yeah, let's just not even fuck around. Let's just do it now. There's no reason to play games. You ready? We got 4% on Dallas. %, Dallas plus 4. We could get 3.5 right now. At minus 150. Let's do it. I'm adding another percent on Dallas. So you could call it a 5% play if you want. I don't give a shit. Call it what you will. I'm just telling you what I'm betting on Dallas. Do I sprinkle that money? What's the money line? Hold on. That money line may get me excited. 155, 155. I want 155. What do I want? 3.5 at minus 115. Yeah, I do want the 150. Let's go. Let's add that 1%. Let's go money line with it. Let's take the 155. Take the 155 because 3.5 minus 115 is equal to a money line of plus 149. We're getting plus 155. There's even higher out there. 6 cents on the dollar better. 6% better bet on each dollar placed. Yeah. Should actually make it a 2% on Dallas money line, but then you're going a little too crazy, right? Maybe I'll add later to it. See how the day goes. Oh yeah, 1% is added. Fuck yeah, I like it. Yeah. Yeah, Dallas. All right. Yeah, Dallas. 1%. Okay. Good. We're good. We're good. As far as the total there, my first read obviously is going to be towards an under, but you know, prime time, little inflated, but you got two good defenses, and a lot of times that's the perfect storm for an over because you get short fields, you get turnovers. Yeah, I lean that. Yeah, I'm going to leave it alone. Leave it alone. We're good. We're good where we're sitting. Okay, so we're good. We got a lot of action. Let me see any questions. Let me check one more time. Any sharp stuff? We're good. We got baseball, NASCAR, and football. We got some good bets. All right, nothing else. Wow. All right, let me see any questions. Let Johnny know we're wrapping up. Let's see. Someone's asking for my baseball, that's all. I told them Minnesota and over, Texas small. Some questions and we out. Oh, I let Johnny know we're wrapping up. All right. Are any teams we can tease through two key numbers, positive EV, that are left right now? Yeah. Jets, Packers. Jets, Packers. Yeah, take the Jets up to +8. Take the Packers up to +8, 7.5 as well. Don't go big. The bigger edges are teasing down. Obviously, if I explain that. But yeah, you're plus EV. You ain't laying more than 120. Yeah, you got a good bet. All right. Yeah. Oh, if that's your question, yes. In any team, the team is irrelevant. The team doesn't matter. Home, away, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is the point spread. That's it. Is it plus 1.5 to 2.5 that I could tease up? Or is it minus 7.5 to 8.5 that I could tease down? That's it. The lower the total, the more the points are worth because lesser scoring is expected. It's pretty much that simple. But then part 2 is finding a book that gives you odds which make it plus EV. Because if you're laying minus 130, that's no longer a plus EV bet. See how I could just, I could simply make you place a losing bet by increasing the VIG $5 on every 100. You know, you can make a bet that was a winning bet now becomes a losing bet because of the VIG you're being charged. There's not enough discussion about that. Instead, we're talking about offensive passing yards and yards per play, metrics that have been exposed decades ago, not proprietary shit. Yeah, this is what matters. Great questions. Love them. All right. Looks like we are good. I will be able to pass along the late stuff. Make sure you're looking for it because we are eyeballing the Rams, over in the Jets, under in the Chiefs. We're eyeballing adding to that Arizona bet, and I will continue to monitor the baseball and anything else that comes in. It was a good week, great week actually. In fact, over the last 7 days, we picked up 28 units. So I will take it. And now we are actually up over the last 30 days. So the turnaround's here. It's now nothing but green ahead. Sure, there'll be some red days on occasion, but the market is moving up for us. So all good. God bless. Thank you for your time and for your trust. Please, proper bet size, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, 1.25. You'll continue to get winning information. It'll only get stronger. And when December 31st comes along, you will be in that 0.5% that actually turned to profit. It really is that hard, but it is that doable. Love you guys. Best of luck. And hopefully we are celebrating after another good 7 days.